Hello, hello, my wonderful online 3302 students. Dr. White here. So this is a video for me to introduce your third writing project, the conference abstract. I'm going to make this video as short and sweet as possible. So I'll jump into it momentarily. I'll just say that there are two parts in this video. The first part, I will walk through the assignment sheet with you. In the second part, I will walk through the sample abstract. After watching this video, you should have a sense for the genre and how it fits into the work that we're doing this semester, and hopefully you'll also have a sense of what my expectations are. So to get started, um, in this assignment sheet, and I know that the resolution on these videos isn't super high, so you might find it helpful to open this doc on your own. Your assignment sheet for conference abstract scholarly writing. Uh, First thing to notice, it's short, 250 to 300 words, and yours will probably fall on the shorter end since you are writing for technical audiences. Um, if you think about where we are in the trajectory of the course, you spent the first project writing a discourse community and genre analysis. So, who are you writing for? Who's your audience, and what's your purpose for writing? That's what you learned there. Your second writing assignment, the Annotated Bibliography, asked you to collect sources and assemble what we call a knowledge front. Essentially, put your tools in the toolbox and figure out how you might use them to go about writing for that discourse community audience that we identified in the first writing project. The conference abstract is the third project, but it's an extension in a lot of ways of the annotated bibliography, so that's why I have it as still part of the scholarly writing module. So your audience for this project is going to change a little bit. So with the annotated bibliography, you were writing for yourself, for me, and also for a discourse community audience. With the conference abstract, you are writing exclusively for a discourse community or community of practice audience. And the situation, the purpose is to have a paper that you are going to propose in response to a CFP, which stands for Call for Papers. So what a CFP is basically an invitation to submit a project to a conference. It's like a wedding invitation for a bunch of dorks. So you will find a CFP and you will say the instructions for that are in the syllabus, and you'll say, okay, here's an invitation to submit my work. So what you're going to do is review your annotated bibliography, review the CFP, review the conference information, and say, what kind of project will I propose to meet the needs of this audience? How can I adapt my research into a paper that will speak to the issues, topics, and concerns raised by this call for papers? And then you are going to write a very short abstract of a project describing the project and showing how it will meet those readers' needs. So, in that sense, what are you going to need to do for the scholarly writing project here, the conference abstract? So, we see it's very short. We know your audience now. Think about why an audience would need a conference abstract. They're reviewing proposals, so they need to have a lot of information covered in a short period of time. They need something that can show connections to established work in the field, and they need something that clearly speaks to the interests, concerns, and issues being addressed by their conference. So those are the three big needs of a reader. You're going to have to choose your words carefully and use efficient sentence structure and make all of these rhetorical gestures in your document. Let's take a look at the second thing that I have for you here. All right, that was the wrong thing. So this document here is a sample conference abstract. Now, this is going to be a little bit different than yours because this is one that I wrote for a literature conference a few years ago. So the style will be really different. You're going to have shorter sentences, probably less verbose prose, but, and this is important to note, but the general rhetorical situation is still the same. In other words, you're still writing for the same purpose, to persuade your reader that your work will be a positive contribution to the discourse community and community of practice gathering that they're assembling for this conference. So what that means is, even though your style will be different and yours will look different, the rhetorical gestures, the things that this abstract does, are still things that you're going to need to do. So what I did is I annotated this document in Word to show what I did at each step of the process. I covered everything from sentence structure to verb tenses to when to do what in the abstract. And what your job is to kind of copy this template and for your own work, for your own purposes, your own audience, make those same rhetorical gestures. Go through and note the other prominent works in the field it connects to. What is your precise contribution to this conversation? And you want to do this kind of rephrasing and using your own language to speak to the conference CFP that you're going to find. So download the sample abstract and read these annotations here. Make sure you do it in Word so you can view everything. And read carefully for the genre. You'll notice that under that I have here a few of the elements of the genre: brevity, jargon, critical engagement, and stakes. And I think this document's fairly self-explanatory, but do spend some time with it. So there's your genre, there's your audience, there's your purpose. The precise instructions for finding the CFP and responding to it are in the syllabus. And if you have any questions, of course, go ahead and post something to the course Q&A thread. Hope everybody's having a great week. I've enjoyed reading your work so far. I was pretty impressed by most of your discourse, community, and genre analysis assignments. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.